All right, this is the verbal reading of the questions for Computer Science Interim Assessment number 3. Question 1. In the line of code shape classic, which part of the code is the argument? Open close parenthesis, shape, open close quotations, classic. Question 2. Which command would you use to close the turtle graphics window? Select the best answer. Exit, reset, undo, or buy. Question 3. Which of the following commands would rotate the turtle clockwise in a full circle? Select 2 answers. Right -360, left 360, right 360, left -360. Question 4. In Python Turtle's circle command, what does its argument represent? Select the best answer. Area, radius, length, circumference. Question 5. Why might a programmer use a color command, color name argument, to change the turtle's color instead of color number arguments for red, green, and blue? Select the best answer. The numbers give the programmer more control over the colors. If the programmer knows the color's name, it's simpler to type in the name than to try to create the color by mixing number values of red, green, and blue. The programmer doesn't speak English. The programmer doesn't know the name of a color. Question 6. What is an IDE used for? Select the best answer. Updating the programmer's computer, designing a program's graphical layout, making changes to the programmer's operating system, writing and developing software programs. Question 7. What's an easy way to tell whether you're looking at IDLE's shell or text editor? Select the best answer. The shell has 3 arrow symbols pointing to the right, command prompt, and the text editor does not. The shell colorizes Python code, and the text editor does not. The text editor has a file menu, and the shell does not. The text editor runs commands as soon as they are entered, and the shell does not. Question 8. Blank is a type of software program used to write code and develop other programs. Select the best answer. The turtle graphics window, a command line interpreter, an integrated development environment, or an operating system. Question 9. Where should you put the argument for a command? On the line just after the command, before the command on the same line as the command, inside the command's parenthesis, between the command's 2 asterisks. Question 10. The turtle program is a blank included with Python that can be imported for use in a Python code. Argument, command, module, IDE. Question 11. If you want to save a program so you can run it later, you could create the program in which window? Select the best answer. The turtle graphics window, the Python command line window, the IDLE Python shell window, the text editor window. Question 12. When you use the color command with a color name, what should you include around the color name argument? Semicolons, periods, commas, quotation marks. Question 13. Which of the following is another word for running a program? Shape, code, integrate, execute. Question 14. What does a cursor show you? Where you are about to type, how to fix a mistake, where the mistakes in your code are, how many lines of code you have typed. Which of the following is another name for a computer programmer? Developer, interpreter, editor, constructor. Question 16. Which shape would the code circle 100, steps equal 4 draw? Circle, triangle, octagon, square. Question 17. Select the option that best depicts the following coordinates in the image. So we have a graph, and then we have A, B, C, and D. And you're looking for the following coordinates: 30, 10. Your answers are D, C, A, B. And I'll show that graphic right now. And here's that graphic now. Select the option that best depicts the following coordinates in the image. Select the option, or question 18. Select the option that best depicts the following coordinates in the image. I'll show that one now. -90, -50. C, which is the bottom left quadrant. B is the top right quadrant. D is the bottom right quadrant. A is the top left quadrant. Question 19. We have DEF, func, X, colon, print X is, comma, X, X equals 2, print changed local X2, comma, X, and then we are executing func X. In this code, what's the name of the function being called? X equals 2, X, def, func. Which of the following, question 20, which of the following is Python's recommended style for function names? A function, all capital. A function, where the A and the F are capital. A underscore function, all lowercase. A underscore function, A and F are capital. Question 21. Why is it more important to pay attention to whitespace in Python than it is in many other programming languages? Whitespace makes it easier to write code. If whitespace is used incorrectly, the program will not run. When many programmers work on the same code, whitespace helps make the code look the same. Effective use of whitespace makes code easier to read. 22. What's the most important reason for function definitions to go first? A function needs to be defined in the code before it can be called. It makes the code easier to read. It's where the programmers expect the function definitions to be. It keeps all the function definitions in one place. Question 23. Which character is used to begin a comment? The @ symbol, hashtag, the and symbol, or the money symbol? Question 24. Which of the following is an advantage of using functions? Functions can automatically fix errors in the program's code. Functions can be imported and then used by many programs. Functions reduce the number of programmers working on a project. Functions make a program longer and more complex. Question 25. In a function name, what should you use between words instead of whitespace? A quotation mark symbol, an asterisk symbol, an octothorpe symbol or hashtag, the underscore symbol. Question 26. Why is whitespace usually created? How is whitespace usually created? By pressing the space bar or the tab key, by pressing the delete or backspace key, by pressing the enter key, by double-clicking a line of code. Question 27. Which of the following examples correctly describes the order in which these parts of a program should be written? Function calls, then function definitions, then import command. The import command, then function calls, then function definitions. The import command, then function definitions, then function calls. Function definitions, then the import command, then function calls. Question 28. Comments should be written in what type of language? Any programming language, clear and plain human language, code words defined in functions, correctly formatted Python code. Question 29. If you define a function name and it turns purple instead of blue, what should you do? Restart Python, delete any spaces in the name, run the program, change the name. Question 30. What should you use as the argument for the goTo command? The x and y coordinates of a point, the distance in degrees the turtle should rotate, the number of slides the turtle should draw, the length in pixels of the line the turtle should draw. Question 31. What are the coordinates of the origin point? 1, 1, 10, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Question 32. What does a coordinate tell you? The size of the Turtle Graphics window, how large an object is, the number of objects in the window, where a point is along the x-axis or y-axis. Question 33. What is code reuse meant to do? Save time, fix errors, format code, teach programming skills. Question 34. What are comments meant to do? Format the code correctly, make sure Python runs code in the correct order, explain what some code is doing, fix errors in the code. Question 35. Which of the following can you use to define the multi-line string? Select 2 answers. 3 quotation marks, 2 apostrophes, single quotation marks, 3 apostrophes, 2 quotation marks, single apostrophes. Question 36. Which of the following can you use to define a multi-line string? And that's a repeat question, so that'll be omitted. Question 37. Which of the following situations would be a good time to use a loop? When a block of code isn't working correctly and you want to identify errors. When you know how many times you want a block of code to be repeated. When the program contains functions that are defined but not called. When you do not want to repeat a block of code. Question 38. The range 1016 function will generate which of the following sets of integers? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Question 39. In the example code, how many iterations will the loop have? For I in range 6, print I. 0, 6, 7, 5. Question 40. If you want the turtle to go at its fastest possible speed, which speed should you use? 1, 6, 0, 10. Question 41. Which of the following situations is the best time to comment out a line of code? You want Python to run without a part of the code, but you may want to use that code later. You want to remove a part of the code from the program completely and do not want to use it again later. You want to share your program with another programmer. You want to explain what a line of code is doing. Question 42. What is a class used for? Creating an entirely new object? Creating a new variable name? Writing a function definition? Making copies of itself? Match the examples, question 43. Match the examples of bugs in column A with their types in column B. All right, so the first choice is syntax bug. Second choice, conceptual bug. Third choice, input bug. Fourth is logic bug. Fifth is resource bug. Your matching choices are number 1, an infinite loop. Number 2, a typo in text that was entered in by a user. 3, a mistake in indentation. 4, a program is drawing the incorrect shape. 5, a variable that has no value. Question 44. In a for loop, the iterator variable is used for keeping track of what? How many for loops are running in a program? The names of the variables used in a program? How many times the for loop has iterated? The number of objects in a program. Question 45. Which value should you give to the speed function if you want the turtle to move as fast as possible? 1, 0, -1, 10. An unassigned variable is an example of which type of bug? A conceptual bug? A resource bug? A logic bug? A syntax bug? Question 47. Which of the following is an example of a syntax bug? A misspelling in the code? A variable that has not been assigned a value? An infinite loop? A misspelling in user input? Question 48. What is a bug? A window that runs a program? A person who tests a program? An error in a program's code. A comment in a program. Question 49. Which of the following is an example of a logic bug? A string that has no quotation marks or apostrophes around it. Multiplying strings together. An infinite loop. A missing parenthesis. Question 50. Each cycle of a loop is called a what? Iteration, class, instance, angle. Question 51. What is a loop? A collection of function definitions at the top of a program. A program that opens the Turtle Graphics window. A block of code that repeats a specific number of times. A line of code that defines a variable and assigns its value.